Think about this. Have you ever felt a deep longing, an inner pull toward something greater? A vision of a life that seems almost too good to be true? That desire is not random. It is not an accident. It is a divine seed placed within you by a higher intelligence that knows exactly who you are meant to become. You see, when you have a dream, a goal, or a vision, it is not just your mind creating it out of thin air. It is God speaking to you through possibility. That desire is proof that a greater reality already exists. But here's the challenge. Most people block what is meant for them because they are conditioned to believe in limitation, in struggle, in waiting for permission from the world, instead of recognizing that the universe itself is waiting for them to say yes. Desire is the language of creation. What you feel deeply, what you imagine with intensity, what you believe with certainty, these are not just thoughts. These are blueprints for your future. And God is constantly responding to them. But the question is, what energy are you attaching to your desires? Because if you desire something but are filled with doubt, fear, or impatience, you are sending mixed signals to the divine. You are asking for one thing while energetically preparing for the opposite. God does not see your desires as separate from you. He sees them as already fulfilled. But you must match that frequency. You must feel it now, see it now, embody it now. You are not here to beg for your desires. You are here to co-create them. Your mind, your emotions, your faith, they are all tools of divine manifestation. When you align your inner world with your highest vision, miracles become natural. And the most powerful force in this process? Gratitude. When you express gratitude as if your desires are already realized, you shift from lack to abundance. You step out of waiting and into receiving. You open the doors that were never locked, only waiting for you to knock. So I ask you today, how does God see your desires? As done, as possible, as inevitable. The only thing left is for you to believe the same. Now will you? Desire is not just a fleeting wish or a product of the mind. It is a sacred force, a divine seed planted within you by something greater than yourself. It is the language through which God communicates your potential, the whisper of possibility that calls you toward expansion. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation in history began as a desire. It is the first spark of creation, the moment when the infinite intelligence of the universe nudges you toward what is meant to be. But here's the truth. Desires are not random. The dreams that ignite your heart, the vision that keeps returning to your mind, the longing that stirs your soul, these are not illusions. They are divine instructions, encoded within you for a reason. The very fact that you can conceive of something greater means that it exists in potential waiting to be brought into reality. The problem is, most people don't trust their desires. They second-guess them, suppress them, or bury them under layers of doubt and conditioning. They have been taught to believe that wanting more is selfish, that dreaming big is unrealistic, that desires are distractions rather than divine guidance. But what if your desires are the very map that God has given you? What if they are not obstacles, but invitations? What if they are the way you are meant to grow, expand, and fulfill your purpose? The challenge is not whether your desires are possible. The challenge is whether you will allow yourself to believe in them long enough to see them manifest. Every desire requires nurturing. A seed will not grow if it is neglected. It needs faith, patience, and aligned action. It needs you to see it as real before it becomes real. And here's the most beautiful part. God does not see your desires as separate from you. He does not place dreams in your heart just to tease you. He sees them as already done. He knows that if you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision, it will unfold in divine timing. The question is, Will you trust the seed that has been planted within you? Will you water it with belief, or will you let fear dry it out before it ever has the chance to bloom? When you begin to understand that your desires are not just personal wishes, but divine signals, you step into a new way of living. You stop hesitating. You stop apologizing for wanting more. You recognize that your desires are not just about you. They are about the greater plan unfolding through you. And when you say yes to them, you say yes to the very reason you were created. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every belief you hold is shaping your reality at this very moment. The universe does not respond to mere words or empty intentions. It responds to the energy behind them. Faith and emotion are the invisible architects of creation, the unseen forces that turn desire into reality. Faith is not just hope. It is not wishing, and it is certainly not passive. Faith is knowing. It is the absolute certainty that what you seek is already seeking you. It is the unwavering trust that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. When you have faith, you stop questioning whether it will happen, and you start preparing for it as if it already has. That shift in mindset alters everything. It aligns you with the very thing you desire. It removes resistance. It signals to the universe, to God, that you are ready. But faith alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by elevated emotion. Why? Because emotion is energy in motion. It is the fuel that activates faith. If faith is the signal you send, emotion is the intensity that determines how far that signal travels. Imagine two people praying for the same thing. One prays with doubt, uncertainty, and impatience. Who do you think is more in alignment with their desire? It is the one whose emotion already matches the reality they seek. The problem is, most people are waiting to feel the emotions of their desires after they receive them. They believe they will be happy when they get the job, when they find love, when they achieve success. But that is not how creation works. You must feel it first. You must become it before you see it. If you desire abundance, you must already feel abundant. If you desire love, you must radiate love. If you desire healing, you must embody wholeness now. That is the secret. God does not work in delay. The moment you align your faith and emotion with what you seek, the process of manifestation begins. It is not about forcing, begging, or proving yourself worthy. It is about becoming a vibrational match for what is already yours. The question is, can you let go of doubt long enough to feel the joy of having it now? Because when you do, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to meet you there. Fear and doubt are the great disruptors of destiny. They are not signs that something is impossible. They are simply barriers between where you are and where you are meant to be. The moment you desire something greater, the mind often responds with resistance. It whispers, what if it doesn't happen? What if I'm not enough? What if I fail? But fear is not truth. It is a conditioned response, a survival mechanism designed to keep you in the familiar. And doubt is simply faith pointed in the wrong direction. Most people think they need certainty before they act, but that is an illusion. The truth is, you don't need to know every step. You only need to trust that the path will appear as you walk. Fear will always try to convince you to stay where it is safe, where it is predictable, where you won't risk disappointment. But staying there is the real failure, because when you let fear dictate your choices, you are not avoiding pain, you are avoiding growth. Doubt is what happens when you focus on what is missing instead of what is possible. It blinds you to the infinite intelligence that is always working behind the scenes. You must understand this. If you have been given a desire, you have also been given the capacity to fulfill it. But that capacity will never be revealed to you while you are stuck in hesitation. Action dissolves doubt. The moment you step forward, before you feel ready, before you have all the answers, you shift from fear into faith. and in that shift you create momentum. God does not see your fears the way you do. He sees beyond them. He knows that they are illusions, temporary fog on the path to your highest self. But he also knows that you must make the choice to move through them. You must decide that fear is no longer your master. You must decide that your dreams are worth more than your comfort. And when you do, you will discover something extraordinary. Fear was never the enemy. It was only the test. And the moment you stop giving it power, you step into the life that was waiting for you all along. There is only one place where creation happens. Now. Not in the past, not in the future, but in this very moment. The present is the only space where you have true power, where you can make choices, shift energy, and align with the divine. Yet most people live everywhere except the present. They are either trapped in memories of the past, replaying old wounds and failures, or projecting into the future, anxiously waiting for something external to change before they allow themselves to feel peace, joy, or fulfillment. But here's the truth. God does not exist in time the way we perceive it. He does not operate in the someday or the one day. He is here, now. And if you want to connect with divine intelligence, if you want to bring your desires into reality, you must meet him in the only place he is, the present. Most people misunderstand manifestation. They believe they must work hard, strive, and struggle to make things happen. But true creation is not about effort. It is about presence. When you are fully present, you are in the flow of life. You are no longer carrying the weight of your past, nor are you anxiously chasing the future. You are in a state of allowing, of deep trust, and in that state, miracles become natural. The problem is, the mind is addicted to time. It constantly pulls you into what was or what might be, but the past only exists in memory, and the future is only an idea. The only real moment is the one you are in now. The key to transformation is learning to bring your full awareness to the present, to feel gratitude, peace, and wholeness before anything external has changed. Because when you do that, you align yourself with the frequency of what you desire, and reality begins to shift to match you. God does not see delay, only we do. What we call waiting is often just resistance to the present. But when you surrender to the now, when you embrace this moment as enough, you open the door for everything you've been seeking. The irony is, the moment you stop chasing what's next and fully embody now, what you desire begins to chase you. Because you are no longer separate from it, you have already become it. You are not here to passively wait for life to happen to you. You are here to create, to shape, to bring into form what already exists in the unseen. God is not separate from you. He is working through you. The desires in your heart, the visions in your mind, the ideas that stir your soul, these are not random. They are divine invitations, urging you to step into the creative power that has always been within you. Most people live believing they are at the mercy of circumstances, reacting to life instead of directing it. But you were never meant to be a bystander. You were designed to be a co-creator. God has already placed everything you need within you, but it is up to you to activate it. That activation happens through intention, through faith, through aligning your mind and heart with the reality you seek to bring forth. Creation does not respond to doubt. It does not respond to hesitation or fear. It responds to clarity, certainty, and trust. The moment you stop seeing yourself as separate from the divine and begin to understand that you are a vessel through which the divine expresses itself, everything changes. You no longer feel powerless. You no longer wait for permission. You step into the realization that God works with you, not just for you. But co-creation is not just about asking. It is about becoming. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you want abundance, you must embody abundance now. If you want love, you must radiate love now. If you want purpose, you must move as if you are already walking in it. You are not separate from what you desire. It is already within you, waiting for you to claim it. God has already said yes to your dreams. The only question is, will you? Will you move as if they are real? Will you trust that you have been chosen to bring them into being? When you understand that you and the divine are co-creators, you stop waiting for miracles and start becoming the miracle. And in that moment, life bends to meet you exactly where you stand. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is not just a feeling, it is a state of being, a frequency that aligns you with the very things you seek. Most people wait until they receive a blessing to feel grateful, but that is not how divine creation works. Gratitude is not the result of manifestation, it is the cause. When you express gratitude before something arrives, you signal to the universe that it is already yours. You shift from lack to abundance, from waiting to receiving, and in that shift, doors open. But gratitude alone is not enough, it must be paired with surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is releasing control. It is the deep understanding that you do not have to force, chase, or struggle to make things happen. The moment you trust that God's timing and plan are greater than your own, you release the resistance that delays your desires. Most people try to manipulate outcomes, afraid that if they let go, things won't happen. Most people try to hand things to things that will happen, but true creation happens when you trust so deeply that you no longer feel the need to control anything. You step into flow, into divine alignment, and what was once difficult becomes effortless. Think about the most beautiful moments in your life. Did they come from force or from flow? Did they happen because you stressed over every detail, or did they arrive in a way that felt almost miraculous? The truth is, the things meant for you are not found in struggle. They are found in surrender. The more you try to control, the more you block what is naturally trying to come to you. But the moment you let go, the moment you trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you, the entire universe moves to bring it to you. God does not need you to beg, to push, to prove yourself. He only needs you to align, to trust, to believe, to feel the gratitude of having it now, even before it arrives. And when you do, when you live as if your prayers are already answered, reality has no choice but to reflect that truth. Because you are no longer separate from what you seek. You have already become it. How God sees your desires. Have you ever wondered why certain desires pull at your heart? Why some visions refuse to leave your mind? Why there is something inside you that longs for more? These are not random thoughts. They are divine signals, invitations from God to step into the life you were meant to live. Desire is not something to be feared or suppressed. It is the seed of creation, the way God speaks to you about your potential. But here's the truth. Most people block what is meant for them because they let fear, doubt, and limitation cloud their vision. They see their dreams as distant, as something that might happen one day if the right conditions appear. But God does not see your desires as distant. He sees them as done. He does not place a dream in your heart without also giving you the ability to bring it to life. The question is, will you align with that vision? Will you step into the frequency of faith, or will you continue to allow fear to dictate your choices? Because the moment you believe, truly believe in the reality of your desires, everything shifts. Reality is not fixed. It is responding to your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. Faith is the language of creation. When you think and feel in alignment with what you seek, when you live in the energy of "it is already mine," you activate divine forces that begin moving on your behalf. But fear will try to pull you back. Doubt will whisper lies. It will tell you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that what you desire is too big. But fear is not truth. Doubt is simply misplaced faith in the wrong direction. When you overcome them, when you step forward despite them, you prove to yourself that they were never real to begin with. And the key to breaking free, it is the power of the present moment. Right now, in this very second, you have access to everything you need. God does not exist in the past or the future, He exists in the now. And when you embrace this moment, when you stop waiting for the right time and start embodying your highest vision now, you unlock doors that seemed impossible to open. But you are not doing this alone. You are a co-creator with the divine. You are not here to passively wait for life to happen. You are here to shape it. The universe is responding to you, adjusting to your frequency, rearranging circumstances to match your belief. And when you fully trust in this process, when you surrender control and allow divine timing to unfold, you step into a life of ease, a life where miracles become natural. So what is the final key? Gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is not just something you feel after receiving, it is something you embody before. When you give thanks as if your desires have already manifested, you shift your entire reality. You stop asking, you stop doubting, and you start receiving. Because you are no longer separate from what you want, you have already become it. Gratitude is all about living in the now, accepting beyond the reality. So I ask you again, how does God see your desires? Not as something far away, not as something impossible. He sees them as done. The only thing left is for you to see them that way too. When you align with that truth, when you step boldly in faith, when you trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you, everything you desire will come rushing toward you.